Hey, what's up guys? My name is Berserker Combat. This is my very first video. Brand new MMA sports boxing channel. As you can see, first video here, MMA on Jon Jones. D1 hater here. Rant incoming about Jon Jones, his legacy, holding the belt hostage. We won't even bring up, any pregnant women in this. Just full sports. All right, so let's get into this. Right here, I have to my right is a picture of Jon Jones. I believe the most recent picture that we have gotten of Jon Jones. This is actually a professional headshot that he released not too long ago. And as you can see, he's a duck. He's looking very, very dapper in this photo. Very, very real. This is the real Jon Jones we're seeing here, and because he's a duck, physically, spiritually, mentally. It's Jon Duck Jones. I believe that is what he goes by now. Well, kind of always, but he's being forward with it. You look at his picture on Twitter, and then it's a fake belt with him wearing it. He's a duck. Yeah. So, anyways, Jon Jones is a duck. He is ducking Tom Aspinall. Much like he ducked Francis Ngannou, which, was the real heavyweight champ, regardless of Dana trying to erase him from UFC history. He beat Cyril Gane, okay? And matter of fact, you're surrounded, Jon. You're surrounded. You're surrounded. I feel more comfortable surrounding you with hate. I don't even know if I'd classify it as hate. It's the truth. You're a duck. You're ducking Tom Aspinall, all right? Quack, quack, steroids. Quack, quack, most title defenses. Quack, quack, lost to Dominic Reyes. Quack, quack, beat oversized middleweights most of your career. Quack, quack, quack. Okay? Matter of fact, I think ducks have been offended having their names associated with you. Okay? I don't know how many ducks I've seen go to jail, but Jon Duck Jones, I've seen his mugshots plenty of times, all right? Most drug tests failed in the UFC as well. Best win he probably took steroids for. Actually, most of his wins probably took steroids for. Since USADA has been in, he's like the least tested athlete, I feel. They give you all the opportunity in the world, Jon, and you still fail the drug test because you know why? You need to go on a cycle in order to scrape by a win, get a split decision win, get a robbery versus Dominic Reyes, ragdoll someone that was ragdolled by someone 2 weight classes below them, and that's your best win at heavyweight. And matter of fact, that guy's had 2 fights since then? He's had the same... No, actually, he's had more fights since then than you have, and it's been 3 years, which is in itself a joke. Seriously. And you're not the biggest duck in the pond anymore, actually. There's a vulture circling around this pond, and you know how vultures circle something that's near death? Your career is near death. Okay, and you might as well just vacate the heavyweight title. Just retire so nobody can hear about you anymore. Because Tom Aspinall is waiting. Snatch you up. In fact, we'll say he's an eagle. Or whatever British bird hunts ducks. Because this is him with you. Right here. This is what he would do. Okay? He would just pick you up. Probably eat you. Just throw you away. Sink his claws in. Knock you out. Destroy you. This is the real heavyweight champion right here. The real heavyweight champion, okay? Beat most of the division. Probably beat Cyril Gane. Beat Volkov. Has not seen a second round within the UFC. He has that loss against Curtis Blades. Freak accident. Blew his knee out. Whatever, right? So this is you and him. Looks like you're at some kind of event. He's looking at the camera because he realizes that you guys aren't in the octagon for whatever reason, And, so this is the real heavyweight champion of the world. Even though it says that he's got an interim title and he's defended that interim title. You have the same number of title defenses, by the way. And this guy boxed you up, okay? Boxed you up, okay? Stipe boxed you up, all right? The heavyweight GOAT at 40 years old, past his prime, should not have been there. Thank God he got paid. Disrespected him, didn't even get a send-off. In fact, sorry, Stipe, I'm also going to just put myself over you. Yeah, so this is me coming at you with the facts, John. This is me hitting you with a straight right to the face. You're dazed. You're backing up. You got to back up. Make a tactical retreat, as you called it. Whatever you want to say happened against Stipe, where you were running from him. Stipe was boxing you up, okay? And you looked old. You looked slow. You looked fat, okay? Stipe looks slow, but Stipe has an excuse. Stipe is old. I mean, he's been retired. Stipe was not going to fight this fight until you were like, hey, Dana, I would probably have like a hard fight or get destroyed by other people in this division, rightful contenders. So bring back the GOAT. And that's my favorite quote from Stipe, by the way. Love Stipe. We love Stipe. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why you were allowed to have that fight, because Dana is oiling you up. I'm going to put myself here, but I'm going to put a wall here. I'm going to just put a wall here so I feel more comfortable. I just want that oil away from me. Don't want it near me. I don't want to get oiled up. Not very comfortable. You and Dana look like you're having a great time. He's oiling you up after Ngannou left as, way better than you actually are. Because he doesn't like Ngannou, obviously, disputes. In fact, I don't feel comfortable with you there, so I'm going to put something else. Yeah, there we go. Now we know that you're getting nowhere near me. So I'm building my line of defenses here because I don't want that oil near me. You stay on that side of the wall. And if you cross the wall, we know you're not going to get anywhere near me because the real heavyweight champ is standing right there with the real belt. All right, now here I am. Feel a lot more comfortable hating right here. Don't get me wrong. This is all just spiritual. I really wouldn't care if you were in front of me as well, John. I wouldn't care. I would still tell you the same. Yeah, I'd probably get my ass beat. I'd probably get turned into a pretzel. Who cares? I really don't. You deserve criticism. The UFC, literally, saves you every time they do a broadcast. They do not speak about the facts. They got to prop you up on a pedestal. So, people can drink the Kool-Aid about you, John. That's what has to be done. Every single time they go on a broadcast, they're like, yo, this guy is mythical. This is the greatest combat sport. Did you know Jon Jones never lost? Jon Jones. When we talk about Jon Jones, that's a pound to pound GOAT right there. He's fought what 2 times in 10 years. That's what it feels like. But here's the oil about him. And, matter of fact, bring him out here. Give him his favorite things right here. I'm not sure why Dana's there. I'm on the left of you just to hate, maybe, how you have the one side, the angel, one side, the devil. I'm not associated with the devil, big Jesus guy over here. But I will hate on you over here on the left side of your ear. I covered you up for some YouTube decency. Yeah. When you go home, John, and you pull out the picograms and your favorite, I think that's some kind of candy powder or something, at the end of the day that there are huge asterisks on your legacy. Okay, when you go home, you're worried about this guy. And this is what this guy thinks about you. It's just a big yawn. He's just yawning. Because he knows he would destroy you. And he would destroy you. Dude, go get $60 million. I don't care how much money they give you, John. Go get as much money as you want to justify it to yourself that you're going to get knocked out, okay? All right, it's going to be really awkward when all the kids that are there to feed you bread and everything, they're going to see you get knocked out. I've never seen a duck get knocked out. I wouldn't really appreciate seeing that, honestly. I think I'm a big duck guy over here. I'd say ducks are, I love ducks. I don't like you, though. I don't. And you're giving ducks a bad name. And I think this man just needs to come in, knock you out, and we can all just go about our day. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Christ is King. I'll check you guys out later.